Hi everyone, it is June 20th, 2023, and I'm going to do this video inside today because the weather's not that great. It's the beginning of hurricane season, the wet season, and oh my gosh, the lightning storms lately. Last night was so intense that actually our power went out. So I'm just going to do this inside because I want a video today because it's a momentous day, which I'll get to in a minute. But I want to first mention, before I forget, that I have never monetized my YouTube channel, so these ads that you see are not what I want. Especially 2 videos ago during the prayer vote video, I find that very irritating. If anyone knows how to turn that off, I can't figure that out. Please contact me through my website, marysoliel.com. I'd appreciate it. So I'm sorry about the ads. I would love to get them off of there. Anyways, today is a momentous day because, all right, as I said, it's June 20th, 2023, and these 11 miraculous pennies are still defying gravity now for 7 months today. Incredible. I look at these every day and just shake my head. I can't believe this is still happening. But of course, it's God. God can do anything, and that's what he's showing us through the humble penny. And many of you have watched the videos and have tried it yourself. And to this day, I still hear stories of people who either the penny sticks right away or it didn't at first, but they kept trying and they were building faith in God, and then it stuck. And I mean, it's life-altering in my view, and I know in some of your, you would agree in some of your experiences. It is life-altering when we realize that when we work with God, he's showing us through just a penny that you would place on the wall. Normally it would drop. I demonstrated in those other 4 videos, but it would just fall to the floor in a second or 2. These have been up for 7 months. And the original 4 pennies that I'll show you too, it has been 8 months tomorrow. 8 months, those 4 pennies. Unbelievable. Such a blessing. Okay, and here's one of the 4. Just imagine, here I'm always opening and closing this door every day, right? Never dropped. This one never dropped, again in 8 months. Now, as I mentioned in the other videos, 2 dropped, but it was only to be placed somewhere else. Here's the 3rd one. And here's the 4th one. I was guided to put it under our family picture, and then it never fell again. So 8 months, these pennies, the 11 pennies, 7 months. Incredible. Keep working with the humble penny. Or nickels, dimes, quarters. Yes, quarters stick too if you saw my videos. Unbelievable. Enjoy. Please let me know, share with me. Go through to my website. You can contact me there to share your miracles. I love hearing about them. Okay, on to the message. I want this message to inspire people to stay out of fear and in faith. Because fear is what caused, honestly, the greatest crime against humanity, with those things in the arms, up the nose, and over the mouth. I think you know what I'm talking about. And we're still seeing the ramifications, tragic ramifications of this, because people were coerced, they were manipulated, they were deceived, they were gaslighted, and into doing things that they probably normally wouldn't have done. But that's why we gotta stay away from this. I'm gonna do this again because I want my channel to stay on. We need to, and by the way, viewership's gone way down, so people are definitely waking up, which is so exciting. But, you know, we've got the next round and the next round, whether it's the created, that they're actually creating through. So please don't buy into it. It's important that we seek the truth. As I say, it can save our lives. It can save our lives. Seeking the truth can save our lives, and why we must spread it. And the other thing that they're doing, there's many, sadly, but we've got God on our side. We're going to be okay through this. But the other thing is that they're also creating. And, you know, they tell us, they've told us they're going to do this. They put it out there just like they did with the virus. So we need to be smart and aware and not go into fear. And that's what I really want to talk about. Because if we prepare, we're not going to go into fear. If we get all the essentials we need, food, water, money, on and on, all those things, think about what you really need. And you hopefully have been doing this, but for those who haven't, or, I mean, I'm still adding on. I've been doing this for years. I'm still adding on to those things that, you know, I think, oh, you know, if this happens, I'll need that, you know. But also the whole food thing, to be cognizant of all the toxins that they're putting, the latest, please avoid this. It's definitely in big box produce, but even in the mom and pop stores, if they buy it from certain places. So ideally, and here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's farmers market time, you know, where you can work with local farmers, talk to local farmers, get good produce. We're growing things in our homes more, even inside, in any climate, you can do this, you know, whether it's hydroponic, aeroponic systems. You know, I also have a lot of sprouting seeds, you know, because it's such high nutrition and it grows really fast. A great thing for kids, by the way, project for kids to be involved in that. And you know, it's really interesting how fasting has become so popular, you know, whether it's intermittent fasting, extended fasting. I know for me, I've been very drawn to fasting over the years. I did a few 22-day juice fasts years ago, and then I did some like 8-day extended water fast, but my body wasn't really agreeing with it. So I was looking for other options. I did 1 meal a day, and that wasn't it. And then I really prayed hard on it, by the way, and I got the answer, and it's been amazing. It's been life-altering, and I'm not saying this is not for everyone. You have to have enough body fat to do this, you know. I have plenty of reserves to draw on. But it's alternate day fasting, and in just a few days, it'll be 2 months that I have been eating every other day and not a lick of food on those non-eating days. Every other day, I'm not eating any food. So that's roughly half the food. In 2 months, I'm roughly eating half the food than I was. And that's 30 days of no food. And yet I feel great. I am so, like, honestly, it has been wonderful. The bottom line is the body is a living miracle, as we know, and it can adapt. It can adapt to less food. You know, in general, we are all eating more food than we used to 50 years ago, right? I'm not trying to get people to become alternate day fasters. It's not for everyone. Absolutely not. It's what I learned from it that I want to share. And that is that our bodies can adapt. They truly can adapt and quickly. You know, in the beginning, it was, you know, a little challenging to go a day without food and a day of eating. And, you know, it was a little challenging, but honestly, and I'm not going to stop this anytime soon. I love it. But you adapt, you get used to it. And when you do want to eat on a fast day, often it is habit or it's mental, you know, so it's a mental thing. And you just, you know, wait it out and the hunger just leaves, or thinking of a thought of hunger. It's incredible. So it's like if we don't fear less food and we're prepared, we'll persevere through this. If there is indeed the shortage that they're creating. I mean, if you've seen people that are truthers, researches stuff all the time, and we've seen the videos of tons of factories in the US alone that have, yeah, it's not a coincidence. There's too many things that aren't coincidences. The train, the created, the smoke, all that. Those things are not coincidences. Just remember, God is on our side, and we can connect to God daily, walk with God. And honestly, I don't know how people do this without God. I know of just beautiful, light-filled people that are suddenly not believing in God. And I'll get into that in another video, but I just want to stay on this message of staying out of fear. I know that I had particularly this one really bad lifetime where I starved to death, and I know my subconscious will get triggered. So it's like I'm training myself. It's like, it's okay. And it's amazing. It's been amazing. So I'm not trying to push a certain kind of fast or even fasting in general, although I think it really is beneficial. I researched a whole lot. It's very, you have to take it seriously. You have to really know what you're doing with fasting. And there's some wonderful experts out there, but it's not for everyone, especially if you don't have much body fat. I just want to impart the message that of what I've learned from this experience, that our bodies adapt and there's no reason to fear. So just stock up, pray on it, be with God, and it's all gonna be good. We'll get through this. Again, God wins, the light wins. Prayer is so important, and when we gather with two or more, it's even more powerful. I have a dear friend that I began praying with, and it was such a powerful experience praying with someone. I never experienced anything like that. And then that led to praying for strangers. I just highly recommend if you, praying with, your spouse or your parent or child, your friends, your coworkers even, and certainly strangers. God will put you in the right place, and it's happening all the time. Can I pray for you? Can we pray together? Makes God happy. Anyways, I continue to have spontaneous miracles happen through prayer, healing miracles. Honestly, this whole shift for me with this fasting is because I was in deep prayer and working with God every day. I talk to God every day. I get a message every single day now in recent months. We will get through this together and with God. Thank you for listening.